Hi, I'm Cameron Lucas, and Jordan and Luke and I are going to talk about GMOs. GMOs are known for being really controversial, but not everyone knows what they are. So, a GMO is a genetically modified organism. Basically, their genetic makeup has been altered in a way that doesn't happen naturally. So essentially, scientists are identifying traits that they consider desirable in an organism and transferring that into the genetic makeup of a different organism in hopes to enhance it. So this has entered the agricultural industry, which is what we're concerned about through crops. There are numerous crops that is grown in the United States that are GMOs, and basically they've just been altered to enhance yield, enhance the quality and quantity, or just reduce pesticide usage. So they can be a great asset to farmers. But unfortunately, there is a lot of misinformation that can cause a little backlash from consumers. So Luke's going to talk a little more about that.
GMOs were first introduced into production agriculture in 1996, and ever since then, there has been a huge problem with public perception of what exactly that involves. And there's two main things I would like to talk about, and that is the health risk that they might propose, and then also the increased use of herbicides. So, talking first on the health risk that GMOs might have on the general population, ever since its excuse me, ever since their introduction in 1996, we've seen in the United States about a 5% increase in chronic illnesses, such like food allergies, autism, and things along those lines. And there's been multiple research done to see whether this has been linked back to GMOs, and they're still concluding whether or not this is directly linked to those or not. And secondly is the increased use in herbicides. So the one that is most common is Roundup Ready crops. So Roundup Ready crops are genetically modified organisms, and because of that, farmers use more herbicides on their crops for weed control, and most people in the public sector do not appreciate more chemicals going on their food supply.
Okay, so to round out this video, I'm going to be talking about the benefits of genetically modified organisms. I think a lot of people sort of have the misconceptions about GMOs, and especially for those who aren't directly involved in the agricultural industry, they just hear about the negatives. And today we're going to shed a light sort of on the positives of GMOs. So one of the positive aspects of genetically modified organisms is that some crops, they are genetically engineered to allow for fewer inputs, such as limiting the crop's need of water or pesticides. This is crucial. It allows for certain crops to be drought tolerant, which is really important, especially in California, where they were just experiencing a drought. So to have those crops be able to be drought resistant, and those farmers still be able to grow those crops and basically provide for the consumers is really important. Another example of a benefit of GMOs is that crops are being genetically engineered to provide vitamins that, such as, golden rice. So golden rice is basically an engineered crop that contains, I want to say, 6 times the amount of vitamin A. And this golden rice is being fed to children in third world countries in Africa. And it's allowing them to get that vitamin A that they wouldn't normally get without this crop. Another benefit of genetically modified organisms is that these crops can also be able to fight diseases or pests that could otherwise wipe out the entire crop. An example of this is the Hawaiian papaya. If this crop wasn't genetically engineered, it would have wiped out the entire crop in Hawaii, which not only would have been detrimental to consumers, but the farmer's livelihood is based off this crop. So if their entire crop was wiped out, it would definitely have a detrimental impact not only to consumers but the farmer as well. And that is all that we have for this video. Thank you again for watching.